If you see the signs of aging every time you look in the mirror, you may be a candidate for facial rejuvenation.
Today we welcome Dr. Gregory Swank with Piedmont Plastic Surgery and Dermatology. Dr. Swank, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, I just used the term facial rejuvenation. What does that mean? Is that a facelift?
Well, facial rejuvenation really means utilizing a variety of both surgical and non-surgical techniques to help restore the youthful appearance to the face.
So who's a good candidate for facial rejuvenation?
Oh, both men and women alike. We see any one from age late 30s to 40s to 70s. It's people who come into the office all the time and say, "Doc, I just don't look as young as I feel with today's healthy lifestyle." Their friends tell them they might look tired or old, and they just want to improve their overall appearance.
Okay, let's talk about facelifts. How are they performed? What is involved? Talk about the scars.
Sure. The term facelift is actually a little bit misleading. Facelift will really address from the cheekbones down. It does not do so much for the cheekbones up. That's different types of surgeries like a brow lift or eyelid surgery. A facelift does involve incisions both in front and behind the ear. Through those incisions, we reposition the supporting structures of the face to a more youthful position. We can remove any loose skin and restore or enhance any volume deficits that the patient may have.
So if a patient wants to take a little vacation to have a little work done, how long does that vacation need to be? What's the recovery like?
Well, on average, you're going to be bruised or swollen for anywhere from a few days to a few weeks. Different people do respond differently. Average is about a month till you really look normal. I tell my patients, don't plan this operation 2 weeks before your high school reunion. Plan it 2 to 3 months ahead of time.
Are there different kinds of facelifts?
There are different techniques to performing a facelift type of surgery, but all of them really involve the same procedure, and that is repositioning the support structures, removing that loose skin, and restoring and enhancing volume.
Again, you said the incisions are made by the ear.
In front of the ear and then up behind the ear.
So do you even see the scars? I mean, they're minimal, right?
The scars are typically minimal. Again, different people do scar differently, but typically the face scars very, very well.
Okay, so then typically, how long do the results last?
Again, different people are different. We cannot stop the aging process. We cannot turn off gravity, but on average, you can expect about 10 years out of a facelift.
How does somebody go about choosing a plastic surgeon?
Good question. I think the most important thing is look for a surgeon who's certified by the American Board of Plastic Surgery. It's really that simple. And one who is a member of the American Society of Plastic Surgeons. Second, I would interview your surgeon. Make sure you develop a good rapport. That will make your whole experience a whole lot better along the way. And finally, ask your surgeon to see photos of his or her work. If the surgeon can't really provide photos, they may not have the experience needed to perform that type of surgery.
Because a good plastic surgeon is happy to share this information with you.
Yeah, anybody worth his salt has nothing to hide.
Right.
And you have to make sure you're asking for that surgeon's pictures.
Correct.
Make sure he or she isn't showing you photos of another doctor's work.
You got it. Exactly right.
You can go to ppsd.com, to learn more about these procedures, or call 828-325-9849. Again, it's 828-325-9849 to schedule your free consultation. You can also submit your patient forms online before going to an appointment, so that saves you a lot of time when you get to the office. Dr. Swank, thank you so much. We appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.